Well, I'm Jim Couchenour Sr., and I'm here to talk to you about the beginning of the way station. And it happened almost by accident, it seems. It came out of a phone call that I received in 1987, a phone call that I had no idea was going to change the trajectory of my life and create the way station in the process. I'd been teaching Sunday school for quite a while, and I received a phone call that night from a lady who's a part of the Sunday school class, and her husband, a good friend of mine, who had a significant addiction problem with alcohol. And he had gotten unhappy at home that night and had stormed out of the house, and she didn't know where he would go, but worried that he might go to the bar, and would I go look for him and talk to him, because we'd known each other for years. So George was not there that night, but that night in prayer and the next morning in prayer, I just felt like I should go back to the bar the second night and pay my friend George's bar bill. And so I did that. And again, I left that night never expecting to go back again, but that night in prayer and the next morning in prayer, I just really felt like I should go back the third night and talk to Nellie, the owner of the bar, about bringing a religious singing group to the bar sometime and putting on a concert. And I think, as much to her surprise as mine, she said, yeah, that's a good idea. And so we did that, and had a phenomenal night with 5 kind of brave people there singing and playing music. And over the next 7 months, I went to the bar every Wednesday night and sat down at my end of the bar with Diet Pepsi or coffee. And every single night, someone was either waiting to talk to me just about life in general or their issues, or they'd come in throughout the evening and we'd spend hours just talking about their lives and what all was going on, and just being a friend and listening. And at the end of that 7-month period, we just felt that although there are a lot of great organizations and churches that are doing a wonderful job, there are so many people with so many needs dropping through the cracks that we had to do something. And so we started this place called the Way Station. And three families, my wife and I and 2 other families, got together, took out a mortgage on a small building in town on East Park Avenue, and bought a building and renovated the inside and painted and so forth, and opened up on actually December 3rd, 1988. The only sense of instruction I had was just love these people. I love them. I want you to love them.
My name is Vicki Ritterspach, and I never expected to be a part of it at all growing up. In fact, when I was in high school, my dad kind of had a shift. You know, I grew up and he was a businessman, an entrepreneur, and his passion and his compassion started showing, and he started hanging out in the bar. And then I worked in a church for a while, and while I was working at a church in Boardman, we went to the rescue mission and served one day, and it changed my life. I was like, this is a thing, you know, and this is something I want to be involved in. When they needed a director, I ended up coming on board, and it's been really the hardest, easiest job I've ever done. Our goal is twofold. It's to meet immediate need and to develop people, so to help people move along in their life and be everything that they were created to be, really. On the need side of it, we have a food distribution every month. We have emergency food and other emergency supplies for people. We can always set someone up with, you know, clothing and household items if they have gone through a difficult circumstance. And that's one of the things that other agencies look to us for. They'll send people to us for that kind of help. The Way Station isn't trying to be something that it's not. We're not trying to, you know, be a jobs and family services or a counseling center or any of those things, because they do what they do really well. But what we do is offer that connection and relationship. Families that are in poverty and have been in poverty for generations don't have all the resources they need to, you know, move ahead. And so that's what we want to do, is resource people, educate people, and help inspire that life could be different, you know. That's one of my favorite things, you know, just watching someone without hope realize that they can have hope and then live that out. There's nothing like that.